Ready to tackle the day. But first, coffee.
Good morning, baby Dash. Good morning, sir. Are you having fun playing in your crib this morning? Are you watching Daddy drink his coffee?
See.
Today is moving day, and we're headed someplace really exciting. It's one of the top campgrounds in the whole U.S. It's called
Fort Wilderness.
It's called Fort Wilderness, exactly, at Disney. We're going to introduce you to 7 days of craziness.
And what Daniel means by 7 days of craziness is we're actually going to give it a shot on doing a daily vlog. So this is the first of 7 videos that are going to come out over the next couple of days. Well, not really next couple of days, over the next 7 days. And y'all have to let us know what you think. So right now, basically we're prepping the Airstream, doing our last minute stuff before we head to Disney. And one of those things that we always like to do is go up to the office and triple check that we don't have any Amazon packages left.
We get so many Amazon packages. It's easy to have amnesia. No, Amazonnesia? No.
Primenesia.
Primenesia, that's what it's called. Yeah, exactly. When you order so many packages and forget what you ordered, that happens to us a lot.
And I will just note that not all campgrounds accept packages, but this one that we are at does, which is great. So we always like to stop by before we leave. And no, the baby has not been wearing clothes consistently since we got to Florida. But look how cool our campground is. It's pretty cool, right? That's Wikevia Springs.
One of the really cool things about the front office here is that they have boiled peanuts. And if you're not from Florida, you're probably not familiar with boiled peanuts. Maybe it's just a Florida thing, but they are delish. And they have regular and Cajun, and I have been addicted to these Cajun boiled peanuts. I've been coming here maybe once every other day. Often, needless to say.
Looks like we made it just in time for Amazon deliveries. So that's a win. So speaking of boiled peanuts, we figured we couldn't really leave without getting some of these things because they really are amazing.
They're so good. Overall, this is a great park. If you're a runner and you run up and down all of the rows, it's about 5 miles. So it's been a great place to train. Plus, you've got, there's a trail close by with a few trailheads where you can just, I don't know, how long do you think it goes? It goes for hundreds of miles, right? It's like one of those like really long trails that connects to other trails. And there's sections of the trail that are just completely canopied with trees, which is great, especially on a hot day.
Oh, but the name of this place is the Wikevia Springs RV Park.
Wikevia Falls.
Wikevia Falls?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And I think it's gotten its name from the falls you'll see behind me in just a moment. It's fed from a natural spring here and part of the Wikevia River. I grew up canoeing this river and really just love this area. It was heavily damaged from the last 2 hurricanes that swept through here, so they finally got it all cleaned up while we're here and everything's back and operational. So
it's about,
yeah.
What do you think, 35 minutes north of Orlando?
That's exactly right. Yeah, about 35 minutes north of Orlando. So which is close.
Feel like how I'm getting Daniel to keep talking so I can eat all the peanuts?
I know. We're sharing this. We usually get 2 things of peanuts, but somebody only got 1. If I get to eat one of these peanuts, it'll be a miracle. One-handed peanut eating happen right now. All those napkins are blown away, so that's not going so well. Oh, no, I'm losing peanuts. Ah!
Dash wants to know why you're not sharing peanuts with him.
Because he can't have peanuts. These are for mommy and daddy. These are adult peanuts. Not really, but probably not good for babies. They're spicy. Okay, so what you see behind me is the falls area. This is really just a good place to hang out. I would imagine that, it is January right now, but I'd imagine that in summer months, this place would be packed. You've got a beach area over there. You've got some chairs to lounge in. Overall, it's just a nice area to hang out at. Yeah, there's a slide area back there for kids. It's not open right now. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah, pretty cool place. And it's hard to tell here, but right towards the end down there, it keeps going, and there's a place where you can rent canoes for family too. Also, just wanted to mention that the huts, not huts, what do you call these things? Whatever these things are called, they're mostly first come, first served. There's a couple that require reservations, but for the most part, if you just roll up on one of these and want to hang out for the day, you can. And some of them have actually places where you can do some grilling here as well. So another really cool feature of this park.
Now the peanuts have officially been consumed. It's time to head back over to the Airstream and get her prepped to leave. One thing that I love about how we are camping right now is that we've decided we want to stay places at least a month at a time. So technically we're only staying here 28 days, but we booked this campground for a full month. So if we were going to only stay 28 days, it was going to be like double the price of a full month stay, which means today technically isn't our checkout day, tomorrow is. Therefore, we didn't have to be in a rush to check out. It was cheaper, no checkout rush, pretty much amazing. Big plus for staying in a campground a month at a time. Apparently not all of them have monthly rates, but those that do really save some really good money.
It's time to start breaking down the campsite so we can head over to Disney. I did want to show you one thing though. First of all, yes, that's laundry hanging in the background. We have these cool suction cups that we use on the interior of the Airstream. And from that you can hang the laundry, but it wasn't drying inside, so we just kind of like hung them on the awning. Not ideal, but they're getting dry. But one thing I wanted to point out is that this particular campsite, the water and power hookup were close to 50 feet away from where we parked. So I think I've talked about this before. I've got two 25-foot power cables, which is really, really cool because most of the time I only need the one 25-foot cable, but in this instance I needed both to reach, the entire length all the way to the other side of the camper to hook up. And also I have one 50-foot coiled hose. We've talked about this before. It's absolutely one of my favorite items that we've purchased. So I want to kind of show you the reason that you need these things. If you don't have 50 foot of power and 50 foot of water cables, you should probably look into getting some because I'd consider it a must have. Okay, we are in site 344, and as you can see, that's where I've hooked up my 50 amp connector. I'm running it all the way over here. And this right here is where I connect it to the other 25 foot cable. And then all the way, I had to fish it on underneath here. Now the same thing goes for the water hose as well. This particular water spigot is really close to the ground, so I wasn't able to use my sediment filter, which is what I typically use on top of just the inline filter. But I was able to hook up my regulator, my water pressure regulator, which if you don't have one of those, again, that's one of those must-have items as well. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. You've got the water hookup there. It's very low to the ground, but I was able to get that regulator in there, and then there's my inline filter. And then I connected my coiled hose, and we'll be sure to include a link to all this stuff, but basically look at this. I had to literally fish it underneath there, around my stabilizing jacks there, and then hook it up on the other side. So definitely, if you don't have 50 foot of water and power, you should get some. This right here is also another one of those splurge items, not a must-have, but really convenient, especially if you're packing up your Starlink satellites often, such as what we do on a regular basis because we're moving campsites so often. So this right here goes for, oh gosh, I think it was around 250 bucks. So definitely on the pricey side, but I don't have to worry about damaging the Starlink satellite. So this is what the inside looks like right here. It also comes with two bags. We've got a bag here for the router cable. We've got another bag for the cable that goes out to the dish. I believe it's around 75 feet of cable. And then of course I've got the router itself and the dish. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's all put in place. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to start to break down all of the locks I have and all of my little security devices. I'm not gonna go over all of those because I don't want you to see them all, but I will share one that I think is relevant. For those of you that have dual axle, RVs, you probably have two wheels like this. And most of you may or may not know that you can actually put a lock down here. Now, obviously this is no deterrent for somebody who really wants your RV. Obviously it's not hard to cut, but the reality is the harder you can make it to steal your RV, the better off you'll be. So, a little pro tip there, you can actually add these little locks here, like that, a little extra deterrent.
Okay, Airstream interior is officially ready to go, and as you can see, I have all of the laundry hanging out here. This is the only negative about doing laundry the day before you're supposed to leave. But laundry was really close to our campsite at this park, and I don't have a clue how far it'll be away at the Disney park. So, meh, even trade-off. Okay, Dash, are you ready to go to Disney? Did you get Mommy's Airstream keys? Yes, is that very fun? Okay, let's not hurt ourselves. Let's go to Disney. Yay!
One thing I always do before I leave the campground is I check the PSI on my tires. It'll vary by tire, but this one's a little bit low, so fortunately I've got my Via air compressor. I usually, even despite having the tire pressure monitors in the truck, I usually check it at the tire. So this one's just a little bit off, so I'm just adding a little bit of air before we head out. Things about this is that it connects to the battery, and from the battery I've got this really long air hose here, and I can very easily inflate all four tires, and that includes the 4 tires for the truck as well. If I had a dually, of course, I would have 6 tires on the truck, but since it's not a dually, only 4. So in total, 8 tires to maintain on a regular basis. Always check your PSI.
Members that are here, like our early entertainment, I was watching you people.
You're good.
Go out.
It's crooked. Are you ready to take a nap, dude? Say so ready, Mommy.
All right.
How far are we going?
We are going approximately 1 hour. So we're at Wikevia Falls Campground right now. We're headed to Fort Wilderness in Disney, and ETA is approximately, I think, 52 minutes, somewhere around there, a little around an hour. We're using the Garmin GPS, so that's RV time, not car time, which is good. And it's always a little weird when you haven't towed for a while. It's been roughly a month or so, and it's my first time towing in a month, so shaking some rust off, but so far so good. Knock on wood.
Before we leave the campground, we have got to throw out the trash. I'm not saying we've done this before, but it would be really easy to leave and forget that you have trash. And that creates interstate problems. Leave a comment below if you've done that. Okay, I'm getting this taken care of. All right, trash free, we're ready to go.
It's time to roll out of here.
Are you getting excited about Disney, dude? Yeah. This is pretty standard travel mode for Baby Dash. Daniel's just diligently driving. We're getting close to Disney.
If you've ever wondered what we do on long drives, typically we'll listen to some playlist. Dash's favorite playlist is the Greatest Showman soundtrack. It is amazing. Or we'll listen to some audiobooks. We're currently listening to Ready Player 2. Fantastic book so far. But beyond that, we'll Lauren typically works while I drive, and yeah, kind of helps pass the time.
Yep, this is my normal view for travel days. Computer and road.
Here we go. There's Disney World sign. Yes. I think I'm excited and a little nervous because the last time we came here was about 2.5 years ago. It was the very first RV park we went to, and I was on the struggle bus trying to back this thing up. So it's going to be interesting to see what 2.5 years of towing around the country will do. I mean, I have backed into some crazy difficult places around the country, so this should be a breeze. If it's not, then that just means Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground is just really tough to back up.
Do you really think that struggle bus is good enough to like describe what you did the first time we were here?
I mean, I was so frustrated that I basically gave a stranger the keys to the truck in the Airstream. And I didn't really care if he just drove away with it at that point. Even though it was brand new. I was like, I'm done. I don't care. Drive it away. Back it in for me. But in all honesty, that guy was so kind for backing it in. Yeah, that
Basically.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Walt Disney World sign.
The most magical place on earth. Woohoo! Also, last time we were here at Fort Wilderness, it was Labor Day weekend, which made it significantly more difficult. But this is a crazy running weekend, like that a lot of people come to. So there was like a line literally going into the park last time we were here. It'll be interesting to see if that's the case today. I'm hoping because we're a little bit earlier. I assume that like other people are probably getting here tomorrow. Maybe we'll get lucky.
It's hard to tell. Yeah, tomorrow is the Expo Day packet pickup stuff for the race. So there's a total of 4 races happening, which means you're going to have people here coming to town for all 4 races. And they're big races. A lot of people run these things. Oh, this is much better.
No line, because the line was way out here when we got here last time.
This is so much better.
Turn right on Fort Wilderness Trail, then take the second right. Turn right at the stop sign.
There we go.
Ooh, and it looks like they're still decorated for Christmas. I hope this continues. Okay, Dash, we made it to Disney. We're gonna get our spot in just a second, okay, dude? Are you so pumped? Yeah. Did you get a good nap in?
Turn right at the stop sign, then
We officially have the map, and we are headed to our campsite. Woo!
Woo! So excited.
One of the things we just learned about the park is that apparently it is pretty much made for bikes and golf carts. So we have our bikes with us, which is going to work out great. But you can see, there's a lot of golf carts. There's an Airstream. Okay, so what's your initial reaction? Is it as tight as you remember it to be, D?
No, it is definitely not. I mean, it's snug, but it's not as tight as it was. Yeah, no, so we'll see how that goes. But I haven't backed it in yet, so I'm saying it's not tight, but I mean, we'll see how that goes. I'm on 13. You have to be pretty mobile because I can't see the front all that well.
Okay, can you hear me?
Trey.
Alright, looking good. Just get that booty past the campsite. Hold on, let me get on the far end. You're good to bring her back, sir. Looking good so far. Not to jinx you or anything, but this is a pretty big improvement from the last time. But to be fair, I think you have more space. Keep her coming back. This spot has a lot of great space back here. And keep her coming back and push her towards the driver's side if you want to get it closer to the hookups. Daniel's a little OCD about making sure that the Airstream is tucked as tightly as it possibly can be towards the hookups. And it being perfectly straight.
How's it look back there?
Looks good. I mean, your OCD brain wants to come check it, but it looks good to me. That looks really nice and tight. This is Daniel's OCD checking the campsite 700 times. All right, current placement successful.
Overall, not too shabby. A little bit more snug than a lot of campsites, I'm not gonna lie, but just glad to get. I was a little nervous.
Okay, baby Dash, are you ready to get out? I'm ready to get out. Say yes, Doug, get me out of this crazy seat.
All right, I'm just about set up, and the sun's about to go down. It's kind of hard to tell on film here, but one of my favorite things to do when the sun's going down, and I still need to finish hooking up because I'm not quite done yet, is turn on my underbody lights. Check this out. And I've got some different colors there, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for screen. I'm gonna look for white. There we go. White helps a lot at night. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's really, really easy to see the hookups when you have that extra white light. Now, of course, you can always pull the flashlight, but ain't nobody got time for that. Perfect. All right, so now that it's gotten really, really dark, you can see the advantage of having these underbody lights. Also, check out, I don't know about you, but when the sewer, honestly, when I was backing up, I should have looked, but when the sewer is like 2 feet away from where it comes out, and with the 10-foot hoses, even though they're slinky hoses, you can't really condense them to 2 feet. So I had to create this, like, look at this, like a little racetrack here. It comes out of there, and it's like one of those water park slides, but this whole U configuration is my go-to when it's really, really close. So, and then I kind of build a bridge out of these. I call this my poo-poo train right here. Poo-poo train track, technically. So, there's a technique. And also, check this out. Look at this. It's kind of hard to tell at night, but this is like a sink for your poo-poo pipe. I know, right? A little bit crazy. This is probably the cleanest sewer setup I have seen in, I mean, we've been to over 150 campsites, so that's pretty cool.
Since Daniel has been doing all the hard work outside, I decided I would actually suck it up and make dinner. I'm gonna make a curry. We found these at the Publix recently, and they have a whole bunch of different flavors, and they're really amazing. You just add whatever your protein is with it, some rice, and bada bum, you have dinner. Usually we do it with naan bread, but I don't have any of that. I got it at the store. I'm sure you'll get to experience that since we're doing a 7-day vlog. But what I do have is absolutely nothing to drink other than water and...
Show me the money! Show me the money! Show me the money!
The last time it is while I make dinner, we get to play with Dash and relax because we have made it to our destination. And by relax, I mean mostly me, because now Daniel gets to contemplate his fate for the next weekend, which was, well, kind of a dumb decision if you ask me. Set up our cool wine glasses that we got on the Airstream website, or Airstream Supply Co. Alright. hope this wine is still good because, to be honest, since Dash showed up, we don't drink wine very much, and it probably could go bad. It smells okay. Yeah, it's drinkable.
Oh, look who's down there. Hey, buddy. Hi. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah? Yeah? You want to say hi? You want to show off your 2 new teeth? Yeah? Can they see your new teeth? Yeah? You want to show them your new teeth? There they are. There they are. Little dash cam.
So there you have it. Day 1 of our 7 days of Disney. How you feeling, D?
I'm feeling, I was so nervous pulling into this campsite. I don't know why. I mean, it was my first campsite backing into ever. If you haven't seen our very first video ever, you have to watch it. But it made me nervous. I mean, I've backed up like zigzagging up a mountain backwards, but this campsite made me nervous today. And I think it's just because I was traumatized the first time. So
That's totally fair.
that's what I'm going with.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, until tomorrow, we didn't get to Wanderlocal today, so that means that you need to. I'm tired.
You're tired. You missed the punchline.
I know, I did miss the punchline. Okay, let's try that again. But because this is a daily vlog, I'm actually not going to take that out. This is just what you guys are going to get. Real, raw, and kind of goofy Lord and Daniel. And Baby Dash, you agree with it? Little goofy, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay. Till tomorrow, guys. Make sure you wander local. It's good for the soul. We'll figure out how to cap these. Hey, the daily vlog, it's a new thing for us. Okay, cheers again.
Cheers.
You're supposed to drink after that.